You could turn me on and turn me off with your gaze. You could make me feel oh so much with your ways. It's so perfect the way you play me. It's magnetic the way you pull me.
It's been raining all day yesterday, although it does appear like it's going to be sunny today, so that's exciting. As you guys can see, we are going to be working on our cross-stitch projects today. I decided to put a pause on our Disney one today, our Cinderella one, and I decided to pull the one out that I've been working on for a little while. I'm really enjoying this one, and so I wanted to share it with you guys. This one is a stamped cross-stitch and not a counted cross-stitch, so I wanted to show you guys a little bit more about that, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. But first and foremost, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. I truly, truly appreciate it. Full disclosure, I am the only one in the house right now. Mr. Wizard is off at a show, which is awesome for him, and of course Taylor is at work. She should be home soon, probably between 11:30 and 12. So right now I'm the only one managing the dogs. So I may need to put a pause on the live stream for a moment to let the dogs out and things like that, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's hop into chat first and say hello to everybody there and welcome them to the channel. I'm not sure what my phone is doing right now, but it's doing something. So let's go ahead and do that first. I'm not sure what it's doing. Linda Denton was the very first person in chat this morning. Good morning, Linda. Welcome back to the channel. It is so great to see you. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Kathy is also here with us. Good morning, Kathy. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you also. And thank you also for being a moderator of my channel. I truly appreciate it. Let's see. Brat46 is here this morning. Good morning, Brat46. Welcome back to the channel. Sandra K is also here. Good morning, Sandra. I'm hoping to get your box curated today and in the mail to you this week. Just so you're aware, that's your second million thimble redemption box. Just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I love it, though. It's so great. Congratulations to you again. Susan is also here this morning. Good morning, Susan. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you also for being a member of the channel. We will be resuming our members-only live streams starting back again tomorrow, so make sure you tune in 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be working on our Blackberry Bramble project with Mama Joyce. So if that's something that might have interested you, take a look at the links down below. There should be one down there for membership, so check that out. It's a lot of fun. It's a nice, tight-knit group of people. We really get to know each other very well. And I throw up a Zoom link with every live stream for that one. So you are welcome to join me on the Zoom if you would like. Myself and Mama Joyce, of course, it is live streamed. So just be conscious of that. I am trying to also curate a non-live streamed Zoom call for our experts group. If that's something that you are interested in. I'm trying to curate that. I have not quite gotten some dates or things together yet, but as soon as I do, I will definitely let you guys know. Let's see. Who else is here with us this morning? Kathy and Susan are working on some projects. That's great. Congratulations. Susan's just been, she's just been working on a ton of stuff. She's been posting on her Facebook and page about all the things that she's been working on. It's just awesome. I've been following her along with that. Mary is also here this morning. Good morning, Mary. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you as well. Let's see. It looks like it's kind of a quiet stream today, and that's okay. There's no worries about that. Sylvia is here this morning. Good morning, Sylvia. Welcome back as well. Trying to see who else is here. I think that's all I'm seeing in chat. If I miss you, I do apologize for that. Please make sure you say hello in chat. This time I want you to tag me in it. You can do that by using the @ symbol. That's the A with the circle around it. And type in "So Not an Expert," and what that does is it highlights it on the screen for me. So then hopefully I don't miss it again. As always, my moderators are also here to help as well. So if I have missed it again, please make sure you have my full permission to harass my moderators until I see it. So thank you very much for that, and thank you also to my moderators for being so amazing. They truly are amazing, and they do it out of the kindness of their heart. They're not being paid, and I wish I could pay them, but obviously I can't, and so that's truly amazing. So before we get started, let's go ahead and say hello to our four-legged friends who, like I said, I am taking care of by myself today, which is totally fine. I don't mind it. Mr. Wizard is absolutely allowed to do his own stuff. In fact, he is actually going out of town on Wednesday. He's got a nationals convention or something that he's going to be going to in Fort Wayne, Indiana. He's going to be there for 4 days, so he's leaving on Wednesday. So Taylor and I are in charge of watching the dogs by ourselves, and Mr. Wizard is pretty good about that. So it's a little nerve-wracking a little bit. Hi, Dawn. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Hi, Wrigley. Good morning. Ivy. Good morning. Addison. Good morning. And Mr. Benjamin, take it nice, please. Good boy. Good boy. One more. Wrigley. Ivy, Addison, and Mr. Benjamin. Take it nice. Good boy. Okay, all gone. Thanks so much for playing. There we go. So we'll set those aside for now. You guys can see I have a little bit of a different setup with regards to our cross stitching. Typically, I would have this magnifying glass, this light with the magnifying glass over here on this side, and this black bar would actually be attached over here on my floor mount. But I decided to switch things up a little bit to see if it would work out a little bit better for me. Plus, you guys can kind of see what I'm working on a little bit here. So let me show you what I'm working on. Now, this is a stamped cross stitch. So that means the pattern is already stamped on the fabric. You can see this blue with these numbers here. And everybody's like, well, how are you supposed to mount it if all this paint is here? Well, don't worry about that because it's water soluble. So as soon as I'm done with this project, all I have to do is soak it in cold water for up to 3 hours and it completely disappears. And I've tested that theory. I think I showed you guys that tree one that I've been working on before, and I tested that one out. So this is the same brand, so I know that it'll work out fine. So it's going to be really cool. But this is what I'm actually working on. I wanted to unfold it a little bit for you. You guys can kind of see this. It's going to be this black background. This black here is all of this blue. So all of the places that you see blue here is this going to be this black. So it's going to be really popping. And all of the other colors are these bright neon colors. And you guys can kind of see already what the design is. It's got some really big floppy ears on either side and a nice big old trunk right here. So you guys can kind of see what that's going to be already. But it is going to be an elephant. It's going to be neon colors up against the black background. So today what we're going to be working on is we're going to be working up here in this corner. I've got a bunch of black that I need to do. I'm trying to finish up this kind of top section here so I can move the hoop down, so that I can start to work on some more stuff down here. I do still have some little pieces here and there that still need to be filled in, and I'm working on that slowly, but I kind of started in this corner, and I'm working my way over into this corner, and then I'll come down and I'll work my way this way as well. That's just kind of the way I do it. You guys can obviously do it however you choose to do it. I've seen some people that just do it in quadrants, like they literally do one square of the grid at a time. I mean, and that's totally fine. That's completely up to you. This is just how I do it. So that's what we're going to be working on today. And for fun, I decided to try something out. I set up a super chat goal for the channel that if we reach 10 super chats for the day, then I will go ahead and I will give away one of my stamped cross stitch projects. It's not like this. It's not a bright one like this one, but I do have a handful of them that I've purchased specifically for giveaways. So if we get to 10 super chats today, that are $5 or more, then I will go ahead and give that away to one lucky winner. We'll see how that goes, but I'm just trying that out to see if it works. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and get started with this right here. So let everybody tell how my brain was working faster than my mouth there for a second. Sorry about that. Can everybody in chat let me know what you're working on today? I would love to hear more about what you guys are doing over there. I am going to be using just a regular needle today. I do have my ball tip needle that one of our subscribers sent me, and I love it, absolutely love it. But for this particular project, since it's already stamped, I'm going to go ahead and use my regular needle that I've been using. But I do like the ball tip one for our counted cross stitch. So I do have that one sitting up here on my little my little magnet thing here, but I'm going to be using just a regular needle today. But tell me, what are you guys working on today? Are you guys working on cross stitching? Susan, thank you so much for starting that out. There's the first super chat. Really appreciate that. So thank you for that very, very much. Appreciate that. believe that bullseye number. So it's a $5 minimum for the super chats for the giveaway. But I still appreciate the $2 super chat. That is very kind of you. Thank you so much for starting that out. I appreciate it. But anyway, so tell me what you guys are working on today. I know Susan's been working on quite a few things. She was posting some pictures on Hexies, and I want to say there was even a cross stitch in there. Wasn't there a cross stitch in there? Hexies and something else. I don't remember now. Hi, Patty. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Oh, I totally forgot to ask. Hearts in chat for Susan for posting that $2 super chat. I really appreciate that. So hearts in chat for Susan for me. As you guys know, we started our live stream just a little bit later than normal this morning, and that's because we had our virtual breakfast with our kids. A couple of them were busy doing a couple of things, so not a big deal. Taylor was at work, and hold please. I forgot that I didn't grab my needle threader, so let me grab that real quick. Hope I don't knock anything over when I'm trying to do this. So a couple of them couldn't make it this morning, including Mr. Wizard, but that's okay. Terry says, I'm working on the laundry. I mean, I get that. That's probably something I'm going to have to start too. Although Mr. Wizard did say his show ended at noon, so he'll probably be back by 1 or 2 o'clock, but I'll try and start it after our live stream today. Yes, there is, Danny. Oh, yes, there was a list of cross-stitching. Gotcha. Oh, Mary, thank you so much for all those hearts in chat. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Just putting my thread on my needle here. And I've been testing out a bunch of different thread conditioners, and I truly believe, I really like this Thread Magic. Out of all of the ones that I've tried, this seems to be the one that I prefer the most. I have tried a couple of different waxes. I've tried a couple of different options, and this one just, to me, for what I'm using it for, and for how I'm using it, I just feel like it's the best option for me. And it truly does. I was very skeptical that it really was helping with regards to the knots and things, but it really does help considerably. So if you are a cross stitcher and you've never tried a thread conditioner before, I encourage you to try one because it can be very, very helpful. All right, so I'm gonna try this way. Now, typically I would just hold this. I'm not used to having it hooked up like this, so it's gonna take me a minute to get used to. Hopefully you guys can still see. Yeah, you can kind of still see what I'm doing a little bit. So I start from the front. There we go. Kind of bunched up a little bit in the back there. Sylvia, bye. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. She said her family needs to take me away. No problem, Sylvia. We completely understand. We appreciate you popping in to say hello. And hopefully we'll catch you again really soon. We do have our members only live stream on Monday, and then that is our only other live stream this week until next Sunday, where we're working on our framed pinwheels project again. Hopefully we're just down to the wire with that one, and we're going to be getting that one finished up here soon. There we go. First time is always a little struggle to get things going. Once you get it going, though, it works out pretty good. There we go. Dawn's reminding everybody to give a thumbs up. Thank you very much for that reminder, Dawn. I really appreciate it. We are up to 642 subscribers, so we're less than 60 away from reaching our 1,000 subscribers goal. And as you guys know, I do have a $1 million thimble redemption box ready to go to be set up as a giveaway once we reach that 1,000 subscriber goal. So I have it set up. It's ready. It's over there. it's not closed up yet. It's kind of a little bit messy. So as soon as I get it closed up, I will start to like post it somewhere over here, and so a little bit of a teaser. But the thumbs up really does help get promote the channel and bring us some new subscribers. So I appreciate you guys remembering to do that. I really do. I'm gonna pull this just a little bit closer. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. You guys can still see what I'm doing. Yep, just up here in the corner. Hi, Katie. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. We are getting a little bit of a late start this morning. So, yeah, we had virtual breakfast with our kids this morning. All of our children have officially moved out. And all of our children, except for Taylor, well, except for Taylor. I shouldn't say all of them. Taylor does still live at home. But they have all officially moved into their own places. And some of them are with significant others, which is kind of exciting for them. It's a new chapter in their lives. We got a knot here. Trying to figure this out. Oop. I knocked the camera. So very exciting. Our youngest has moved to Kentucky. She officially moved this past weekend, so we're really excited for her. New chapter in her life. She was in Kentucky for a little while going to school, but it didn't really work out for her. School just wasn't really her thing, and that's okay. It's not for everybody. So she came back home for a little while, and now she has moved back. Her long-term boyfriend has been going to school out there, and he's going to be a senior this year. So she has moved in with him. It's very exciting. All right, now we're back. The summer is zipping by. Yes, Don, it truly is zipping by. Tony was talking to us this morning on our live stream, and she was telling us about how she starts school on Wednesday. As you guys know, she's got a new job. She's now a 6th grade teacher at the middle school out by her, and she actually starts school on Wednesday. She's backpack day on Monday. I guess that's where the students bring their backpacks with all their school supplies in with them on Monday, and they meet the teachers. And then Wednesday is their first official day of school, which is kind of neat. So she's been setting up her new classroom all week. It's always exciting. I love school supplies. It's just so much fun. Raven, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Welcome back. If you guys joined us last week Wednesday for Whip Wednesday, then you will know this already, but Mama Joyce and I announced that we will be attending the Wisconsin Quilt Show in September. We will be there that Friday. So if you guys are interested in... If you will be at that show, make sure you take a peek and look for Mama Joyce and I. We will be there with my aunt. My aunt is very camera shy, and that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But she does follow the channel pretty well, and I truly appreciate that. She's a big Cot Cuts fan. She's really become a big Cot Cuts fan, so that's great to hear as well. So she'll be with us, so lots of fun. You might get an opportunity to meet her. I'm not doing anything official with any official meet and greet or anything like that because I don't believe that there will be a lot of our subscribers there. But we will be there. So yeah, if you're going to be there, we will be there on Friday, so keep an eye out for us. And if you see us, please stop by and say hello. Although I am going to apologize in advance because for some reason I'm still not used to like people. Like I know that you guys might not realize this, but I'm actually a little bit of an introvert. And I don't really do well with strangers. And so when people come up to me and then they recognize me or they say hi to me, it's something that's still very new to me because I don't consider myself a celebrity at all. So it's just a little weird, and so I have a tendency to be a little awkward about it at first. I mean, I do warm up after a second or two, but it's just kind of really weird and awkward. So if you do come up to me and you do say hello, which I want you to, please give me a little bit of grace in that I might be a slightly awkward for a minute. So I'm apologizing in advance. I've had it happen to me twice now where I've been recognized, and it's absolutely humbling and it's wonderful and I love it. But yeah, it takes a minute. Yeah, Raven, stranger danger, right? Exactly. Yeah. So I do apologize in advance. I'm awkward for a minute. I'm trying to get better about it. I truly am. Because I would like to be, more in more places and get to meet all of you folks in person. I mean, obviously YouTube is amazing because it allows me to communicate with you guys and to hang out with you guys. But meeting you in person, being able to shake your hand, give you a hug, those are. I feel like those are even stronger bonds than we have here on the channel. So by all means, please come over and say hello if you do see me or Mama Joyce. Same thing with Mama Joyce as well. She said the same thing. That's true. Yeah, that's Don. That is 100%. Yeah, you guys see my face every week, and I've never really seen yours. Yeah, I mean, some of you I have. I've been grateful enough to meet some of you on Zoom calls and things like that, or you have your own channels, so I've been able to see your faces that way. But we've never actually spoken face to face, and so that's, it's awkward for me for a second, and that's just because of my personality and how I do things. So again, I apologize in advance. I try not to make it weird, but sometimes it turns out to be that way. Shirley, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It is so great to see you. Welcome back. And also Gladys, good morning. Welcome back as well. Good morning. We're doing some cross stitching, some stamped cross stitching this morning. So yeah, so we will be at the show. We are going that Friday. I don't have the official dates in front of me. I apologize, but it is that Friday. It is the Wisconsin Quilt Show in Madison. It's going to be about a 3.5 to 4 hour drive for us, so we're going to have a very early morning. But we're excited about it. I'm going to move this fan real quick because I don't feel like it's blowing on me at all. And I'm going to turn it up too. So give me just a second, folks. Just a second. I'm just going to turn it ever so slightly. There we go. That should be better. It's warm in here today, and I don't have anything running. Like, I don't have the iron going. I think it's just the lights. Hi, Linda. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It is so great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. All right. There we go. So we put a pause on our Cinderella cross stitch for today. I just didn't really feel like it today. And we're working on a stamped cross stitch project instead. It's one that I've been working on for a little while now. I'm really enjoying these stamped cross stitch projects, especially when I do them in my living room. While Mr. Wizard and I are watching a movie or we're watching TV at the end of the evening. That's really when it seems to shine the most for me, because I don't have to have this whole huge setup. I don't have to have a place for the pattern, and I don't have to. That would be Brat 46. That would be amazing. Yeah. Jenny is a gem. Yes, she is. September 10th through the 14th. Thank you very much, Raven, for posting those dates. I appreciate that. Yes. Yes, Brett 46, that would be fantastic. And that goes for anybody that you meet on, any content creator that you meet. Make sure you introduce yourself, especially as your username, because that's kind of how we learn who people are for a long time. Like, I know some of your real names, not all of them. I apologize for that, but it's, it's nice when you introduce yourself with your username. But yeah, absolutely. If you guys are going to be at that show and you see me that Friday, you absolutely come by and say, you have my permission to come by and say hello. Please. I don't know exactly what time we will be there for, but we will definitely be there. Mom and Joyce and I are going to be looking for new scissors. I love my shears that I have, but Mama Joyce has purchased a pair that she really likes, and so now she's probably going to buy a pair of pinking shears as well. Um, she's really excited about that. For the birthday bash, Dawn? Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably for the birthday bash. Missouri Star is really it's a Hamilton, Missouri is a really cool little town. It is really neat. We went there a couple of years ago for on one of our little week Elvis week adventures. We spent a day in there, and it was just so neat to be there. We had a great time. We spent most of the day there. Sandra, thank you very much for those jewels. I appreciate it. Um, we spent a couple of days there. It was so much fun going through all the stores and seeing all the sights, and really a lot of fun. Spent way too much money. I still have projects from that trip. I was just telling Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl because we're planning a trip to Paducah. Um, I don't know when, but we will be planning a trip to Paducah soon. And I was just telling them that, like, the problem I have is right now I still have projects from our quilt town trip, so I'm having a hard time like finding the bandwidth for more projects just yet. So we still got quite a few new projects to go through. I have a whole list of them actually. In the mood to make cookies. It'll only be 95 today. Well, that's awesome. Oh, the fires near you. Oh, Sandra, I'm so sorry to hear that. Gosh, oh, that's got to be scary. That's got to be very scary. You know, I've never had to deal with anything like that before. That's not really something that's common for my area. But I imagine that that's got to be very scary, especially, by your grandkids. Hopefully everybody is safe and all of their property and their stuff is safe too. Hopefully. These couple of rows here are real close to the frame, so it's kind of a little awkward to get them in there, but we're getting it. For those of you who are just joining us, I'll show you real quick what this one looks like. This is what it looks like. There we go. What it's looking like so far. We are working up here in this corner. We're doing this black background fabric pieces back here. So I've got this whole row here that I need to do the black in. There are still some pieces in here. They're very hard for you guys to see on the camera, but there are some spots here that are still requiring some stitching. And those are different colors. The problem is that, like, there's not enough spots here for a whole thread. But if I'm able to move the frame down a little bit further, there's more spots down here. So I'm trying to finish up, what the heck, all of a sudden, all this stuff up here so that I can move the frame down a little bit more so I can get some more of that. So that's kind of what I'm focused on right now. So we're going to be just working with our black threads today. But we'll see how much we get done. And I also mentioned it earlier, but you may have missed it. I am flying solo today. Mr. Wizard is out in Crystal Lake at a model show. He has entered some of his cars into a show out there. He's also going away this week, Wednesday. He's driving out to Fort Wayne. He's going to be spending 4 days out there for some type of national convention out there. It's kind of like quilt con for the models for the modeling world. So he's going to be doing that. And he's actually working the show, so he's going to be out there for all 4 days. So it's just going to be Tay and I here at home. So we're going to have to. Mr. Wizard does a lot around here for us. He really truly does. He takes care of the dogs. He feeds the dogs and takes them outside, and he does all the dishes, and he does some of the cooking now too. He does so much for us, and so we're really gonna miss him this week. My friends in Sweden and the East Canada. Ooh, it moved. East Canada contacting me to make sure we are okay. Oh, that Sandra, that's great to hear. I'm glad to hear that you're okay. Hopefully, they're able to get it contained and bypass you, or just some rain will come through and put it out. Raven says they spent a week in Door County. I've always wanted to go to Door County. Sherlock Cheryl has been there a few times. We keep saying that we're going to make it out there one time, but we have not yet. But he also made it out to the new house, which is exciting. That's really exciting. When do you officially move, Raven? When do you officially move to the new house? I'm gonna turn this because it's starting to get in my way. What is everybody else working on this beautiful Sunday morning? It is absolutely gorgeous here today. It's in the high 70s today, maybe early 80s, low 80s. No humidity, almost no humidity. It rained all day yesterday, so everything is nice and fresh and clean. There was a little bit of flooding, local flooding here yesterday, so we got hit with some heavy rain pours, some heavy rain for short periods. But I think that it's all pretty much cleared up now. Officially move. He still is being a brat about change. Dawn, have I seen your posts on Instagram? I have seen some of them. Yes. The ladies quilt is absolutely gorgeous. I forget what you call that, but it's beautiful. I love that so much. I have not seen any from today. Hi, Susan. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this morning. We appreciate you being here. Hopefully you'll be back again tomorrow for our members only series, and we'll be able to spend a little bit more time with you. But otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Was there something specific, Dawn, I was supposed to be looking for on Instagram? I have seen that beautiful quilt you've been making. You've been making quite a few quilts lately. Raven says, we stayed at the Peninsula State Park, the best state park I've been to. They even had plays 6 days a week. Oh, wow, that's really cool. I'm working on a very intricate blocks. They are 4 inches and can have 50 pieces. Oh, my word. I did not see that yet. That is crazy. You are crazy, girl. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Are these paper piecing or are these just regular piecing? They're 4-inch blocks. What are you doing with them? I'm going to have to check your Instagram again now because I have not been on Instagram in a couple of days, I will be honest. It's been a little crazy at work lately. End of month, that kind of stuff. We've got some pretty big meetings coming up. Big world manager meetings and things. So I've been prepping for those. We're still working through a little bit of construction in my office as well. They were very loud and obnoxious on Friday. It was so funny. They must have been, I don't know exactly what they were doing, but they weren't that far from my desk. Like they were just like around the corner from my desk. I couldn't actually see what they were doing, but I could hear them, you know, they were pretty loud. And it was a construction crew, and they must have been moving something because they kept yelling out measurements and things. And it sounded like they were like, you know, a little more to the left, a little more to the right, a little more to this, blah, blah, blah. And so they were talking about things like that. And at one point in time, one of the one of the contractors yelled out, he goes, "That's it, right there. Don't move. Nobody touch anything and nobody move." And I thought it was so funny. I threw my hands up in the air. I was sitting at my desk and I just went like this. I'm like, I'm not touching nothing. They weren't actually talking to me, but it was still funny. And so I did that just because I was being facetious. And everybody around me, there was a couple other ladies that were sitting behind me, and they just busted out laughing. Like, nobody move. Am I still having a longer commute? No, no, hon. I have a much shorter commute now. My new office is only a 22-minute drive from me. It's only 10 miles away. Whereas my previous office was a 23 miles away, so double the amount of mileage. And it would take me almost an hour to get there because of the roads that I had to take. So no, I have a much shorter commute now. Uh, it's so nice. It's so amazing. Oh, geez, I just totally messed that up, didn't I? Such a nice commute. I take all side streets. I don't take any main roads, so I don't have to deal with anybody and their stupid speeding and everything else. Um, it's nice. The office is it's a different, you know, it's a different office, obviously. It's different people because we didn't merge with another company. That's not right. We just they took three divisions and they put them under one roof. Um, so they took the divisions that I worked for. They took the divisions that well, yeah, I totally mucked this one up, didn't I? They took the division that was already there, and then they put them all under the same roof. So it's a different group of people. It's a different dynamic. This group of people was actually a separate company. They were a different company, and they unfortunately had fallen on hard times. And my company acquired them, and so then that way they were able to stay in business. We kept their name, but we kept the company name, but we just turned it into a division of. Oh, Taylor must be home. Turned it into a division of instead of change the name or anything. So they never really lost their identity, and not that they should have lost their identity, but it's still been very difficult for them to kind of transition into being part of another a larger company. Now we acquired them, almost 10 years ago now, but they were so used to being on their own and kind of being separated from the main company for so long that they're still not very used to that. So some of the company policies weren't really followed as strictly as they should have been, because nobody was really, watching them. I guess I don't even want to say that, but they were kind of like the redheaded stepchild. They were just kind of forgotten about for a little while. But now that we've moved in, we've brought in, two-thirds more people, and we're used to doing things the corporate way, and so there's just a really big adjustment for everyone, not just for them, but for us as well. It's new people, it's a new way of doing things. Different people are in charge of things that, we were maybe used to being in charge of before. And so it's change is always a challenge for anyone. The important thing is to just try and keep an open mind and be flexible about, what you're doing and who you're doing it with. And just find a compromise. Find a way that works for everybody. And unfortunately, that's not always the case. That's not always people's attitude towards things. But we try to do the best we can. And so it's going well. It's different. It's a different dynamic. I'm sitting around different people than I was sitting around before. I'm working with different people than I was working with before. Some people, anyway. It's just change is always a challenge, but it can also be a very good thing as well. So you just kind of gotta roll with the punches a little bit. But no, it's a much, much shorter commute. Much, much shorter. Yeah. A parent comment, right? No, it was construction. I think they'd like put something in place and they needed to like secure it, so they didn't want anybody to move or touch anything, so that it. But it was just so funny the way, he's yelling out, "Nobody move! Everybody, everybody stand still! Like, don't touch anything!" Because it was like they finally got it in the right place, kind of thing. And so I was just trying to be silly. I achieved my goal. I was silly, and everybody laughed, and you know, it was funny. Hi, how was work? Good. What's wrong? Hi. 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 Okay. I assume you have to go back later? Okay. My camera is angled a little differently, so as soon as you stand at the door, you are on camera, just so you know. I see Benzie's tail. Her big shoo tail. So see, there's this one. They may have to go OUT. Is there stuff at the front door? Can you check, please? The dogs went ape crazy and a little while ago, and I don't know if there was something there or not. We are just about finished with our first thread here. We get about 4.5 rows with one thread. Um, Not rows all the way across, but like, these little wiggers. I wouldn't spell the dogs. Yes! No, you caught that, did you? Yes. Thank God they can't spell, at least not yet. Our other dog, Bubbles, who passed away a few years ago, she could actually spell. Yeah, we had to stop spelling with her because she could actually spell. Uh, but yes, I am really excited for something that I can't tell you guys too much about, but it has to do with the dogs and it has to do with the channel. So I guess I can tease you guys a little bit about it. I am entering into a partnership with another company. Um, they are sending me some samples, and so I want to try out the samples first before I tell you guys too much about it because the last thing I want to do is tell you guys about a product that does not work or that I don't believe in. So I'm trying out I had a company reach out to me to join partnerships with me, not a sewing partnership, but a partnership with regards to the dogs, because the dogs are a big part of our channel here. Like, obviously, the puppy cam is a big thing. And so they reached out to me, and I'm going to try out their product to see if I like it. And then I will let you guys know a little bit more about it. But they are giving me an affiliate link to share with you guys so that you guys can save a little bit of money and also support the channel a little bit more. And I'm really excited about it. Like, as a content creator, things like affiliate links and business partnerships and things like that, it's all kind of part of the journey when it comes to being a content creator and supporting your channel and growing your community and things like that. It's all kind of part of it. And I've always told you guys that I do this channel not because I'm trying to make money at it, but because I'm trying to make new friends. And that has not changed. However, in order for me to stay active as a content creator, in order for me to stay as a business owner, I do have to treat this as a business to some extent. I do have to try to bring in a little bit of profit in different ways. Am I looking to retire off of this income? Absolutely not. Am I looking to, um, you know, buy a new big house? No, Absolutely not. I'm not, that's not what this is about at all. This is more of a bring in a couple of extra bucks into the channel so that we can buy more projects to make more things. That's kind of, or so that I have more money to purchase for giveaways and things. That's kind of where I'm at with it. So that's why I've looked into a couple of affiliates myself. Right now, there aren't a whole lot of them that are offered for our size of a channel with regards to sewing stuff. But this um, this company reached out to me. They're very small business company, and I prefer to support small businesses if I can. Um, and they're an all natural brand of products. And I'd like to check them out. So they're sending me some examples of some things, and we're gonna test it out. We're gonna see how it works with our dogs. I'm not gonna give the dogs anything that's gonna be harmful to them. So once I receive the products, I'm gonna double check the ingredients because they have already sent me a list of the ingredients once, but I will double check them as well. I've already checked with our vet to make sure that it would be safe for the dogs, and they've said if those are the ingredients that are in the product, then yes, it's safe for them. Things like that. So I'm gonna try it out. We'll see how it works out, but I'm kind of excited about it. It would be my first partnership as a content creator, and that's kind of an exciting um road to success, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how you would word it, but it's exciting, and so I'm excited to share with you guys, but I don't want to share it with you guys too early because I want to make sure that it's going to be okay before I share too much of it. But so that will hopefully be coming here on the channel in a little while. I'm not going to turn into one of those channels that is trying to push all these products on you and trying to sell you all this stuff. That is not what I'm doing. Affiliate links are not sponsorships. I am not being paid to provide any information. All I'm being paid for is if you were to purchase something through that link, the channel gets a little bit of a kickback. If we don't, that's okay. It's no harm, no foul, and that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see what happens there. But for now, that is what I'm waiting for in the mail right now. We are at the end of our thread here, so I'm going to go ahead and just get this one tucked out of the way. Yeah. But I got to talk to the owner of this small company, this small business. I've been talking to them back and forth about, how they started their company and how exciting they are, and they love the fact that I've incorporated the dogs into the channel. I'm not here to promote the dogs or anything else. I've just kind of incorporated them as part of my life and sharing that with you guys, and they love that. They've talked about maybe doing some collaborations with regards to their product and the sewing stuff that I do as well. Maybe down the road, we'll have to wait and see how the partnership goes. But we'll see how it goes. Good morning, Marie. Welcome back to the channel. It is so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Looking to see if I missed anything in chat. I was so focused on my threads here. I'm just scrolling back through, making sure I don't see anything. Don't see anything. Well, like I said, we had our breakfast with our kids this morning. Everybody's doing really well. Everybody's growing up and, doing fun stuff. Our other daughter, we consider her the oldest. As you know, Mr. Wizard has a set of twins, as do I. And his twins are the older of his children. The one twin is a couple minutes older than the other, so technically she's the oldest, and so we call her the oldest anyway. And so she has just recently moved in with her significant other as well. They have been together since college. They've been together for probably 3 or 4 years now. So that's been kind of exciting for her. Hi, Brenda. Good morning. I am doing well. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Brenda has also just started her own channel, so make sure you guys go check her out. You can do !Brenda in chat to get a link to her channel. Make sure you check her out. I just think it's so cool. Whenever I'm able to catch, hold on, sorry, I can't see. Whenever I'm able to catch one of her videos, I always comment on her, and I'm like, it's just so cool. I'm just so happy for her. Starting your own channel is fairly easy, but also kind of a little bit stressful as well because you don't really know what you're doing, or I mean, you have a generic idea of what you want to do, but it kind of develops over time, and it's a little bit of a leap of faith. There's a little bit of self-confidence that goes into it as well, and so I think it's fantastic. I encourage anyone that is considering to try it out. Give it a try. It doesn't hurt to try it out. You don't need any specialized equipment to do it. You just need a camera phone. And technically, everybody already has a channel. If you're participating in chat, you already have a channel because you had to create one in order to participate in chat. But you just don't post any videos to it, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But it is a great way. I mean, Brenda said, she did it to capture it for her kids and her grandkids, so that she can start to capture that journey. And I think that's a great thing to do. Give your kids and your grandkids something to remember you by. You don't have to do anything fancy with regards to editing and special musics, and you don't have to do any of that. Just start and stop. That's all you got to do. Start out simple and go from there. Terry, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It is so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Tell us all about the ball. I know you had mentioned it on Wednesday when we talked to you that the ball had went really well, but we'd love to hear more about it. Dawn says sub to Brenda. Thank you very much for doing that, Dawn. I appreciate that. Gotta help our other content creator friends out as much as we can. Speaking of Dawn, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to her channel as well. You can do !Dawn in chat. I think she does a lot more on Instagram and on her blog than she does on YouTube, but she has them all. And if you do her chat, her link there, it should give you the links to all of those. Why you did what you did. Yeah, exactly, Dawn. Yeah. Absolutely enchanting. Oh, love that word. That sounds like fun. And this was to celebrate her high school graduation, right? Pretty fancy for a high school graduation party. I feel a little bit like I snubbed my kids because I did not do a ball for them. I did do a party. I did a graduation party, but it was just like a backyard barbecue. Yes. Oh, that's right. Early from high school. That's right. That's right. Because she's super smart. Yeah. That's incredible. That's right. Because I was telling you guys about how I could have graduated a semester early, but chose not to because I wanted to graduate with my friends. And so I opted to just basically blow off the second semester of my senior year. I had 2 full-time jobs by then. Basically 2 full-time jobs by then. And not 2 full-time. 2 part-time jobs that equaled into a full-time job. So I was basically working 40 hours a week just at 2 different places. And I was already starting to set up my career at the company that I work for now. I was already starting to set that up, working towards that. And getting ready for college classes, things like that. So I just basically took the absolute minimum amount of classes that you could possibly take. I think it was like 3 or 4. I came in late, left early, skipped first period, was completely blow off semester. I lost a year in high school due to illness, so my friends all graduated before me. Ah, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Terry. Some things in creative process, the things come up with are genius. I agree, yeah. The creative process can be unique and it's different for every person. I've told you guys before that Taylor is a creative, she's an artistic type. She still hasn't quite found the one thing that she loves yet. Um, so she dabbles in a lot of things, and that's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Um, but, the creative mind is different than your standard mind. It looks at things from a different angle. It looks at things from a different perspective. It's usually more sensitive to things because it's adapting to the emotions and things that come out in the artistic process. And so, you have to be conscious of that. Slacker. Lucas, is Lucas in here somewhere? Yeah, Rip It and So, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I think that's a Mona 2.0, if I remember correctly. Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Sunday morning to you. Oh, your slacker school days. Okay. I understand now. Yes, I was a slacker my senior year. A completely blow off year my senior year. But I was working. I was working 2 jobs, so that to me was the more important thing at that particular juncture in my life. Was the 2 jobs, setting up my future for, setting up my future. So yes, I completely blew off my senior year of high school, but I basically had enough credits to graduate in January. But in order to stay a student, you have to take a certain number of credit hours. So I took a gym class to give me, some exercise in the morning. That was my first class of the day. But that was second period, not first period, because I didn't have a first grade class. And then I took a English class, I think. It's like a creative writing class because I enjoyed doing that. And then I took it's either cooking or sewing class because I needed an elective. I think that was it. It was either that or I had one more class. But yeah, no, I was a slacker in high school. I wasn't a slacker. I just was very unmotivated to be there. Dawn says she's gonna start sewing again, so she's gonna be lurking. No problem. No problem whatsoever. We appreciate you letting us know. Happened to you? Uh oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? I got mono at the worst time of the school year and lost all my credits for the year. I was in bed for 3 months, too sick to keep up. Oh, Terry, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. That is really terrible. Glad it worked out okay, though. I switched high schools middle of my freshman year of high school. So I was born and raised in one town not too far outside of the city of Chicago. Born and raised there. Went to all my schooling there until I got into high school. Then halfway through my high school year, we moved to a different town, significantly far away. At least as a teenager, was significantly far away. It's like an hour drive. Um, when I didn't have a license at the time to drive back to see my friends. So I basically had to start over again my freshman year of high school. Um, I did eventually make a few friends, but I never, like, I knew everybody in, my other schools because I had followed them through schools and junior high, elementary and junior high and high schools and things like that. So I knew them all. They knew me. I felt like that was my home. And then I moved to a different school and went to a different high school it was in a different, it was a different dynamic. It was a um, different level of uh, funding, different level of education levels. The school that I moved to didn't offer any advanced classes, and I had been in advanced classes at the original school I came from. I had been in advanced math, advanced English, and the school I went to didn't offer any of those classes. They didn't have enough students to fill those classes or teachers to fill those classes, so they didn't offer them in their curriculum. The school I moved to had been further behind in the curriculum than the school that I was at. So a lot of the things that they were studying at the time that I entered the class, I had already finished. I had already completed. Um, so it was just kind of like I wasn't challenged at all. Like it was very easy. The classes were very easy. They weren't challenging at all. I didn't really feel like I didn't actually feel like I was getting an education because all of the things that they were covering, I already knew. I had went from being challenged, having to think, to really struggle to keep my grades up because, I was constantly, studying and thinking and being challenged to work hard, to going to a school that of no fault of the schools because that's just that's the curriculum they were teaching, that's the students they had, but to basically going a year below my education level basically is what had happened. And that kind of followed me through the rest of my freshman year, sophomore, junior, senior year. So like I said, by the time I got to my senior year, I already had enough credits to graduate. I already had all the classes I needed to graduate. um, by then, luckily, I had made a few friends. Not a lot of friends, but a few friends. And I was not ready to move on to college earlier than my friends were. So I stayed. I didn't graduate early. But it was a challenge. It was, just another chapter in my book of life that, we worked through. Um, and it taught me different things. But I never really truly felt like my heart was in that high school. Even to this day, it doesn't really mean anything to me. Like most people that are graduate from high school, they're very proud of the high school they went to. They want to go to their, high school reunions. They want to support their high school teams and leagues and things like that. And I think, I don't think I ever really got there with that high school because I never really felt like I belonged there. So, and I don't really feel like the majority of the students and faculty and staff ever really made me feel like I belonged there either, or helped me feel like I belonged there either. So the people that I became friends with were people that were also new to that school and hadn't really been there through, grade school and elementary school. So it was a little bit of a different dynamic, I think. What time is it? Let's say 12. Yeah, got about an hour left. Usually when we do our later starts on our first Sundays of the month, we usually run a little bit later too. That way we get our full 2 hour session in. We still have one more thread in this bundle to work through, so hopefully we'll get to it. Just a reminder for our members that we are resuming our members only series this Monday, tomorrow, with Mama Joyce. We'll be back working on our Blackberry Bramble. Really excited about that. We have gotten all of our flying geese completed, and now it is time to put those together to make our border. Hopefully we'll get that together. This particular month of borders has taken us a little bit longer to do because it was 112 flying geese. It's a lot. So it took us a little bit longer to get those together. Next week, Sunday, we'll be back with at our normal scheduled time, 10:30 a.m. Central Time, where we're going to be working on our framed pinwheel project. We're just about finished with that one. We're putting the blocks together for that one and hopefully getting those blocks put up into rows. Mama Joyce has been actively working on a couple of projects in her home. You guys saw her Halloween project that she had behind her in our After Dark edition. She had that one hanging on the wall. No, that wasn't our After Dark. On Wednesday, when she joined me on Wednesday, you saw the Halloween one that she had hanging behind her. And now she has finished 2 more quilts. Another Halloween one that she was working on, a second one. And then she's also working on what she's referring to as a puppy quilt. It's a puppy panel, and then it's got some mixed in fabrics that go around it. So she's working on that one as well. And then her and I have just recently started a brand new series with our After Dark edition for the Jade Garden one. We're going to be putting that one together. Oh. What is everybody else up to this fun weekend? How's the weather by you? Has it been nice? Have you guys been working on your gardens, or has anybody started harvesting anything from their gardens? I'm still waiting for SQC to send my block 8 from Jade Garden I was missing from the kit, so I don't want to start it until I know that it can be replaced. The other kit was fine. Oh, you know what? That's Missouri Star Quilt Company. Yeah. Oh, I never even checked to see if I had them all. I should, Linda. That's a really good idea. I should probably double check and make sure that I have all mine. I never even thought to look. Gosh, I hope that you can get it. I never even thought to look to see if I had them all. I should do that though. Terry says the weather's changing back and forth every minute. Don't know what's going on anymore. The weather has been a little weird this year. It rained all day yesterday. It's nice today. It's in the upper 70s today. No humidity, which is nice. Lots of tornadoes this year. Illinois has broken the record for the number of tornadoes. Somebody said there was like 189 so far this year, which is just crazy to me. Harvested your radishes yesterday, planted 5, got 5. Nice. That's a win. That's awesome, Thierry. You guys can see how much we've gotten done so far. Started all the way up here with nothing, and we've gotten down to about here right now. So a little bit at a time. Just had some in your lunch pasta salad. Yeah. I like radishes. Sometimes they can be like, I know it's not spicy, but it's like a horseradish bite to them kind of thing. Sometimes they can have that, for lack of a better word, spice to them, and sometimes they're just nice crunch. They have a nice flavor to them. But every once in a while, you'll get one that's got a little bit of a kick to it. Mr. Wizard likes radishes. I used to buy him the whole radishes, the whole uncut radishes, and he just eat them like as a snack. He loved the raw radishes. I have been doing pretty well. I think I told you guys with moving to the new office that I've been trying to make some changes with regards to kind of doing a little bit things a little bit differently for my mental health and for my health as well. And I've been doing pretty good with it. I've been bringing my breakfast and lunch in every day. I have not been ordering breakfast or lunch, which is something I was doing at the other building, and it was costing me a small fortune. So that's something that's been nice. I've also been cross stitching on my lunch break. And I was talking about it on Wednesday, but I mentioned that there was one day last week that I had too many meetings and I was not going to be able to actually take a true lunch break. I just had too much going on. So I just kind of made a quick snack and ate it at my desk, and I didn't get to do my cross stitching. And kind of all day, that's all I could think about was the fact that I didn't get time to do my cross stitching. So I was kind of disappointed by that. So for what that means, that tells me that um, bringing in the cross stitching and doing that is kind of encouraging me to take the break and take the time for myself to kind of reset my brain. And so it sounds like to me that's working. That's doing its trick. It's doing what I wanted it to do. So I was kind of impressed by that as well. That the fact that I was so kind of bummed about it. Um, So I have not skipped it since, because I've been trying to make sure that I don't skip it again. Um, but yeah, good news is that with the weather turning a little bit cooler and less humid, Mr. Wizard has actually been able to get out in the garage and spend some time in his own workspace. So he has been working on that. He is finishing up the painting of Lucas's Symbol Redemption. He opted for the new car, 125th. Yep. And so he's finishing up the painting on that, and then once he's finished with that, um, he will get started on Terry's. So he knows there's no hurry on that, and he's not hurrying. He's not rushing. But he'd like to get it done for you. Um, so he's working on that. And I notice a difference in him as well when he's able to get out there and kind of spend some time in his own space and you know things like that and you know mind blown. What did I miss? 3 weeks. Oh wow, that's awesome. Oh, here we go. I was bored in school that in the first 6 week marking, I had all the questions in my books answered and turned in. One teacher loaned me a learning to read and write Chinese. I was up to third grade. Wow, that's awesome, Brett 46. That is really cool. That's really cool. That is really cool. Congratulations on that. Running out of thread here, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this piece up. I've been so tired lately. I don't know if I'm coming down with something or what, but I have just been so sleepy. Oh, that's weird. It's going to finish in the exact same spot. I've just been very sleepy. Like yesterday, I took like a good hour and a half nap. I actually stayed home on Tuesday because I was so tired and just slept all day long. Literally all day long. So I don't know if I've been fighting something or what, but just trying to listen to my body, listen to what it needs and sleeping a lot. Sometimes I go through those stages though, and I was telling Mr. Wizard that I think I'm going through this stage again, um, where all of a sudden I'm just like I need to sleep like all the time, and I'm not quite sure if it's like a hormone thing or maybe it's just because I have a bit of insomnia, so I don't sleep very well as it is. So I think that my body just gets to a certain point where it's like, okay, you really need some sleep now. And so I think it just basically shuts down and says, "Nope, you're gonna sleep for 2 days because you need it or something." I'm not sure, but just kind of seems to be the way of things for me sometimes. So I've been very sleepy the last couple of weeks. How are the pups? And maybe you need more rest. The puppies are doing well. One of them, there's just one, two of them are in here with me. Addie is up against the back there. You can see her sleeping on the big dog bed. And then Ivy is in here as well. I can bring them in here if you missed them this morning. They are all doing very well. They're all sweeping right now. They're going to be a little crazy next week because Mr. Wizard's going to be out of town for a few days. And he is basically their caretaker. And so they're going to be a little off. But between Taylor and I, we can manage to make it work, I think. We will help them out. Mr. Benji is adjusting. Oh yeah, no, he's fully adjusted. Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's such a good dog. Such a good dog. Such a good dog. Um, I think I told you guys last week that Taylor's car got hit overnight. She parks her truck on the street It's legal in our town to park her cars on the street overnight, but our town is very, very dark. We don't have any street lights. So cute, Fern. Fern, good morning. Welcome back, by the way. Yes, yes, he really does. He loves having his pack, his family. Yeah. Um. So Taylor's truck is currently in the shop. It'll hopefully be done by the end of this week. We're hoping. But so she's got a loaner right now, a loaner car that she's driving right now. She's actually enjoying it because it's a little bit of a zoom zoom. But she's but because of the loaner, she's not able to bring Benji to work with her. So he has not been in doggy daycare for 2 weeks now, and it'll probably be 3 weeks by the time everything is said and done. So he's been a little bit, a lot. He's been a little bit, a lot here at home. Because he just wants to play all the time. And I mean, that's fine. He's a puppy. I mean, that's kind of normal for him. But he has all this extra energy that he would normally be exhausting during, at daycare. But because he's, not going to daycare right now, he has all the extra energy. And so he's kind of making the other dogs a little bit crazy. He's also making Mr. Wizard a little bit crazy. But, that's just... No, we don't. We only have streetlights at major intersections in our city. I live in an unincorporated neighborhood, which means there is no city municipality that owns the town that we're in, the subdivision that we're in. So we only pay county taxes, which is nice because our taxes are much lower. But the problem with that is also that because we are in a unincorporated neighborhood, we don't have things like that other towns would have, like streetlights. We don't have, garbage pickup through the city. We don't have water through the city. Those are all privately held contracts. So we have to have our own contracts for those things. He's a little bit a lot. Yeah, he's a little bit of a lot. Yeah. It's another Dannyism, right? So yeah, it's. Where was I going with this? So anyway, so Taylor's car got hit overnight. Somebody took out her side view mirror, which it was a hit and run. Obviously they didn't leave a note. They didn't, stop and tell us about it. We did have we don't have cameras outside of our home. And we did check with a couple of our neighbors who do. And unfortunately, the way the other cars that were on the street were parked, there was no real clear view of the car that hit her or this incident itself. So unfortunately, we don't know who it was. Whoever it was, they lost their mirror too because we found it 3 doors down. So that's at least that at least made Taylor feel a little bit better, I guess. It's unfortunate, there are some crappy people out in this world that don't want to take responsibility for their own actions, and it's unfortunate. So, but anyway, so Tay's truck needed to be fixed. Thank goodness, it was just the mirror and it wasn't anything worse. I mean, they could have, hit the trunk of it or what, who knows, it could have been much worse. So it is currently in the body shop right now, getting some work done. They are replacing the mirror. There is also a scratch on her driver's side door that we're not sure was necessarily related to the accident, but because it was so close to the mirror, they're going to do it anyway as part of the claim. And there was also a scratch on her fender that we're not sure if that was part of the accident or not. The truck she got was used. It's an older truck. It's a 2011, 2013, something like that. It was my stepdad's truck, her grandpa's truck. It was a little bit, it was loved. It was a little bit banged up a little bit. There were some scratches and some dents on it. It wasn't major, but there was enough of little ones, and some hail damage and things like that. So, little by little, she says, little by little, everybody keeps hitting her car, and so she's able to fix all those things. So she's trying to take it with a grain of salt, trying to look at it from positive angle. I know that when it first happened, when she first found out about it and saw it and everything else, it was very upsetting, and rightfully so. I mean, there's, we're always upset when things like that happen. But yeah, so she's getting it fixed. She'll have it back in a few days. But that all, like I said, that means that Benji has not been able to go to daycare because she's not allowed to put him in her rental car unless he's in a crate, and the crate will not fit in the rental car she has. So he's had to stay home. Not a big deal though. It happens. It's okay. That's what you have insurance for, you know. It is unfortunate that her insurance premiums will probably go up a little bit because of it, but you know, like I said, that's why you have insurance. So, and it's, disappointing that whoever hit her doesn't, want to claim responsibility for it, but at the same token, they're going to have to pay to get their own car fixed now because it's illegal to drive without a passenger mirror. So that's, that makes us feel a little bit better, I guess. Just showing you guys what we got going on so far. All of this here is what we've done today. Phone is going off. I think I'm getting text messages. I used to be using, so the Zoom camera this is my actual phone. Like that's my daily phone that I use. I did have an extra iPhone from the girls from when they were little that I was using um, to do this, and unfortunately that phone finally bit the dust and won't even turn on anymore. So now I got to figure out something else, and I can't use another webcam because the computer doesn't like hooking up three webcams. So I need to figure out something else. It doesn't like running three of them at a time. So if anybody has an old iPhone or old Galaxy that they don't use anymore, that they want to donate to the channel as an extra camera that does still work, that they'd like to donate as an extra camera, I'm willing to take it. Just make sure that you do a factory reset on it before you send it back to me, because I don't want to expose it to any of your private data, and I'm not going to be able to use it if it's locked for you. So I thought about just like finding one on eBay or something and buying one, but that kind of scares me a little bit. I'm worried that like I'm going to get something, scary. So I don't know. I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do just yet. We'll figure something out. Go. It's about 12:30 right now. Typically we would end our stream about this time, but we're going to go for about another half an hour longer. Since we started a half an hour late, we'll run a half an hour extra. That's usually what we do on the first Sundays of the month. Can you guys believe that we're in August already? Like, seriously, what happened to May and June? Like, where did they go? Hell, I don't even remember April. It's just crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. Mama Joyce and Cheryl and I have a couple more concerts that we're going to be going to. in August and in September. The one in August shouldn't affect the channel. It's on a Friday night. We're not going out of town or anything. And I'm thinking the one in September won't either because it is also on a Friday night, although that one is down in Collinsville. So if you guys are interested in checking out one of the Elvis concerts or a couple of the ETAs, Elvis tribute artists that Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl and I like watching, and you're near Collinsville or the St. Louis area, we will be going to a concert in September, towards the end of September, at the Gateway Convention Center in Collinsville. We will be seeing Cody Danoweth and Bill Cherry. They are two of our favorite ETAs. We will be down there for that show. That's going to be a lot of fun. They're extremely talented gentlemen. Cody is the producer of the Elvis Festival that we go to every year, but he also goes on tour as well as the festivals. So he will be. It's just a one-night show. It's not a festival, just a one-night show. And then Bill Cherry is a local to Collinsville. He was born and raised in Collinsville. That's where he was living for a long time. We're not clear on if he still lives there or not, but that is his hometown. That's where he's from. And so he does a lot of concerts there. If you ever saw Elvis in the 70s, or you remember what Elvis looked and sounded like in the 70s, that's Bill Cherry. Bill Cherry is he is almost a mirror copy of what 70s Elvis was like, what Elvis was like in the 70s. Truly. And Cody does a great job of portraying Elvis in the late 50s, early 60s, or I'm sorry, early 60s, early to mid 60s, because he's a little bit younger, so he's able to do those things. But Bill Cherry is almost a spinning image of, Vegas Elvis, if you will, from the 70s. Extremely talented, both of them. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. Send me an email. I'm happy to give you some more information on it. It'd be really cool to see some of you there. Collinsville is just outside of St. Louis, so if you're near that area or it's not too far from you for a drive. The show is on a Friday night, I think 7:30 p.m. Central Time, I believe. 7 or 7:30 is the time of the show. Bunch of hotels right there next to the convention center. In fact, we'll be staying in one for the evening. Driving down Friday during the day, and then drive back Saturday. It's a fun little road trip. Nice, easy drive. It's right off of 55. So you can actually do a little bit of Route 66 too if you wanted. Something's got a big old knot here. I'm trying to figure it out. Something got twisted. The conditioner helps pretty well with regards to knotting of the thread, unless of course you loop it yourself, which I've done a few times before. Okay, so there's that. We're getting there. We're getting there. There we go. Got it. But we've met people that have traveled a considerable distance to go to those shows. Considerable distance. And the tickets are rather inexpensive too. I believe, if I remember correctly, the tickets for this show were only like $50, as opposed to like $250 for the festival. So very inexpensive, considering it's all live music, you know. Hold on. Have I been doing this wrong? Oh wow, I have been. Huh, I've been totally doing this wrong. No, I was doing it wrong before. Yeah, I was doing it wrong before. Years. Oh well. Okay. My X's were going the wrong direction before. I just now noticed. Oh well, is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. How many of you like to watch live music? You know, go to see local bands in your VFWs or your bars, or even the occasional concert at a festival or things like that. Do any of you are any of you interested in that kind of thing? Elvis Week is coming up. I want to say it's this week. Elvis Week is over in Memphis. Um, this is where the final competition for the Ultimate Elvis Festival is at. I talk about Elvis a lot. Sorry. Um, they do have a virtual or live stream version of it too that we'll probably be checking out. Maybe one day we'll make it out there. Huh, yeah, completely the wrong direction. I wonder if that's why I was having such a hard time getting it to go the way I wanted it to. Interesting. My back is a little bit sore from leaning over. That's why I kind of did this different of a setup because I was hoping to be able to sit up, but I keep catching myself like leaning over. So let me turn this just a little bit. Oh, sorry. Stupid thing moved on me. Try this again, shall we? Ooh. What I get for trying to make an adjustment. There we go. Does sound like you have fun with your trips. Do you wear your blue suede shoes? I used to have them. I do not have any blue suede shoes, no, unfortunately, but I do have sparkly shirts that I wear. I have sequined tank tops that I wear. I also have a sequined jacket that I wear in the winter time if we go to a winter trip, but I can't wear that one in the summer because it's really warm. But I do wear sequins, like Vegas style sequins. So. But no blue suede shoes. I don't own a pair of those. Although Mama Joyce does have a pair. We keep telling her to wear them. She has a pair of sparkly Hey Dudes. They are or like glitter or something. I keep telling her to wear them. She hasn't worn them yet. Someday. And Cheryl has made herself some sweatshirts and t-shirts and things with some jewels, like iron-on jewels. She has made herself some apparel to wear with it. So we do dress up for the festival typically. Um, we'll wear something, kind of appropriate for the occasion in the evening for the evening shows. Not necessarily for the daytime shows because we're usually running around doing stuff, and we usually just get to the show right as we're finished with whatever it was we were, whatever excursions we were adventuring out to do. But the evening shows we usually dress up a little bit. Some people dress up a lot though. Holy smokes! Like we've seen some people like dressed to the nines when they go to these shows. Like we're like, holy smokes! There was a group of them last year, this past couple weeks ago, that all dressed up in Elvis costumes. But they were like the onesie jumpsuit, like Halloween costume kind of thing. So they were all wigs and everything. So they had a good time. I mean, that's the fun of it. Um, we've seen people dress in 50s getup, so like the 50s hairstyles and the poodle skirts and things like that. So that's been pretty cool. Some people, are real sparkly, dressed in real sparkly gear. So it's always amazing to us the age span that these concerts attract because you have several, many that are in the older age group. The ones that may have actually seen Elvis in concert back in the 60s and 70s. And then you see those who are much younger, like myself, who weren't even alive when Elvis passed away, but still enjoy his music and the music stylings of that era. And then you also see some in the very, very young generation as well, teenagers and folks like that. And we've even seen some performers that are in their mid to late teens at these concerts. One of the ETAs that we follow, his name is Finley, Finley Watkins. You can Google him. He uh, he has been an ETA, an Elvis tribute artist, for many, many years since he was very little, and we've been watching him since he was 14. We've been watching him at these concerts since he was 14. So it amazes me the spread of the age group that goes to see these shows because you don't really see that a lot. You don't really see that big of an age gap with a lot of concerts. I mean, you go to a concert and you see a current country artist. You see your younger and your middle-aged generation. You don't really see a lot of the elderly generation there. You go to a rock concert, you're not going to see that for sure. So it's kind of nice to see it. And if you're lucky enough to end up sharing a hotel with those folks and meet them for breakfast in the morning, and they can tell you stories about all the shows they've went and seen, or maybe they actually got to see Elvis in concert, and they tell you stories about that, or share pictures with you. It's really neat. It's really neat to be able to be a part of that. I imagine if I were a Beatles fan and maybe I was part of a Beatles fan club, if you will, um, that might be a thing for the Beatles too. Maybe. I'm not sure. But we talk about it all the time that there really aren't any artists nowadays that would have that level, that magnitude of stardom anymore. I mean, everybody's kind of on an equal playing field with regards to stardom because of, the way they're able to reach audiences around the world now. So there aren't really any artists like this that, you know, span the globe the way these do, the way that Elvis did, the way that the Beatles did, the way that, you know, Michael Jackson did, the way that Prince did. I think Taylor Swift is probably the closest to that level of stardom and that level of, just appeal to massive across all, spectrums of generations. She would be the only one that comes to mind anyway for me. That everybody just knows, whether you like her or dislike her. The cross stitch giveaway button 4. So that is a countdown for super chats. I set a super chat goal that if we reach 10 super chats of $5 or more, that I would do a cross stitch giveaway at the end of the stream today. We're just about reached that level of the end of the stream, and unfortunately we did not reach that, but that's okay. That just means that it'll be up there again for next time. And the 10 super chats would be more than enough to cover the cost of shipping if it were to go to domestic or into Canada. So that's why it's up there. Somebody is texting me on my phone and I can't see it because I have got the live stream going. So if you're watching the channel right now, I apologize, I'm not getting it. But that's what that is. It's just something that YouTube helps gives to content creators to help us grow the channel. That's all. I will be doing. I told you guys I was going to do a giveaway today for a pattern. I told you guys that on Wednesday, I think it was. I changed my mind because we're doing cross stitch today. So I didn't feel like, and I know that seems silly, but it just didn't seem like I should be giving a quilting pattern away when we're doing cross stitch. I know that sounds silly. So we're going to do that giveaway next week. And hopefully by next week, I will have also finished the Spools of the Month project as well. So I'm hoping to be able to do 2 pattern giveaways next week. That is the goal. I will not give away that Spools of the Year project until the last one is completed. I have the top complete, so I have the front of it complete, but I have not sandwiched it or quilted it yet. So as soon as I do that, then I will give away that one. That one is actually 12 months, so that one's a pretty big one. I have lots of giveaways to do here soon, so keep an eye out on the channel for those. I finished thread, so I'm done with my threads. And I don't really see the point in pulling out another one for. Let me show you guys what I've got going on here. So we finished this section right here. So this was all empty. We finished all of this today, all the way up to here. So 12 rows across, I think. This is what it looks like so far. You can see there's still quite a few holes in here where things need to be filled in. All of this blue that you see all the way around it is all going to be black thread because it's basically on a black background. So that's why there's a lot of black. So that's why I try to do a little bit of black, then I do some more color, and then I do a little more black, and then more color. Because there's going to be a lot, especially when I get down here and I got these big, huge spaces of black. Like, there's just so much here. It's all black down here. So it's going to be a lot, but we'll get to it. We'll get it a little bit at a time. I've been working on this one since I finished the tree one, so probably 3 months maybe. I try to work on it every day. I don't necessarily work on it every day. I brought it with me when we went on vacation, so I was doing a couple of threads every night before bed. Sometimes I work on it a considerable amount of time throughout the day, and then sometimes I'm. Marie wants to know, what needle have I decided that I like the best and what size? It depends on the application. For this one, since it's a stamped cross stitch, I'm really liking the just the standard needle that it came with. I don't even know what size that one is. I'm sorry. But for my counted cross stitch, I am really liking the needle that was sent to me by Brenda. Thank you again, Brenda, for sending those to me. These are the ball tip needles. Let me give you the size and information. I've got the container right here. These are these here. They're the Sullivan's Easy Guide, a ball tip needle. They're size 26. I am really liking these for my counted cross stitch. And I'm not sure why I like them differently for the counted cross stitch versus of my stamped cross stitch. I'm wondering if it's the actual count of the Aida fabric that's the difference. This one is a 14 count, so I'm wondering if maybe the size of the needle is making that. The only thing that I will say that I'm not overly thrilled about, but I am trying to find ways to work around it, is the eye hole on these is a little small. So my needle threaders that I like to use don't actually fit in this particular needle. So I have bought some other ones to try out. I have not found one that I really like yet. I did buy these. Somebody told me to try these. This type of needle threader, where you, let me show you. You take the needle and you flip it upside down, and you stick it in the hole, and then basically you push the thing, and this little thing sticks out on the end, and then you put the thread in that, and then you pull it out. I have not tried it. I have one. I have one, but I have not tried it. But I have also bought like 10 or 12 of these, and I've thrown a bunch of them into our Notions bin too. So if you're redeeming your thimbles in for a random Notion, you might get yourself one of these to try out. This is a very inexpensive, cheapo one. I'm sure that there are higher quality ones out there, but this is just one that I used to try it with. So we're going to be trying that out with that one. But yeah, so I do like it. I have it right here. I mean, I know you guys can't really see it, but it's right here. I keep that on my, the magnet I have up here for my cross stitching, and I really like it. Really like it. Marie says I mostly do counted. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah. Hummingbird threader works great. Okay. Sandra says, I've never tried a stamped cross stitch giveaway. Well, this is the stamped cross stitch. This is what the stamped cross stitch looks like. The pattern is stamped right on the Aida fabric. So it's like color by number, but with thread. Or, it's like your diamond painting, but with thread, and you just cross stitch the colors. You have a legend over here on the side that tells you what colors the different symbols mean. And then once you're done with it, then you just take the whole thing and you soak it in cold water for up to 3 hours, and all of this printing is water soluble. So it all goes away completely, and you just end up with plain white fabric. And you don't see any of it. So it's really nice. I'm really enjoying the stamped cross stitch for when I'm sitting in my living room recliner working there. Well, this is probably going to make everybody crazy because it's crooked. I didn't realize it was crooked. Sorry, guys. That would make me crazy. There we go. That's better. So that would... Sorry, I'm distracted by the... So I really like that because then I don't have to worry about having a space for the pattern and all my tools and everything else. I can just focus on this. I can see it through my magnifying glass. I've got one of these in my living room as well as this one here. This one's on a retractable stand. The one I have in my living room is on this like bendable thing. And so I've been using that for what I'm doing with it, but I really like it. I'm enjoying the stamped cross stitch. I like my counted cross stitch as well. Don't get me wrong, I do like that. But I like this one a little bit more in my living room because then I don't have to worry about finding space for the pattern and then coloring in the pattern and things like that. I don't have to worry about any of that. The only thing that's a hindrance with the ball tip is that I find that when I try to bury the end of the thread, it can be hard. Marie, I have experienced that a little bit with a little bit of, like you said, a little bit of hindrance. But like everything else, you find ways to work through it. Kathy, not that direction. LOL. But yeah, I'm liking the stamped, and I have a bunch of stamped ones that I'm going to be doing as giveaways over the next, I don't know, probably year or so. So you might end up with one or more. We'll have to wait and see. I bought a bunch of them when they were on clearance. Some of them are really cute. I'll show them to you guys later another day. But they're really cute, and then that way everybody can get a chance to try them out. The stamped ones are interesting. I'm truly enjoying them. Really, truly enjoying it. So, but anyway, friends, I think we're gonna cut out of here just a couple minutes early. Kathy says, I did it! Yay! Way to go, Kathy. 1 million thimbles. Congratulations. Oh, wow, you did. You made it to 1 million. Oh, wow, that's another one. My goodness. Well, Kathy, if you want to redeem them in for your million thimble price, you can do that now or you can wait until next week. You have a choice between either the million thimble redemption box with an extra large notion or the new car. 1/25th scale. Mr. Wizard has a bunch of them in his. Yeah, hearts and chat for Kathleen for making it to 1 million thimbles. Congratulations on that. That's super exciting. You can choose one of the cars from his kits, from his stash, or he's willing to make one for you if there's a kit available. He is a little bit behind on those, so it will take a little bit of time to get there, but he could do that for you as well. But congratulations, that's very exciting. If you want to redeem them right now, you can, or you can wait until next week Wednesday, or next week Sunday, I'm sorry, and you can redeem them then so that you don't lose them. You won't lose them between now and then, though, so congratulations. It's up to you. Or you can just keep them there. That's up to you, too. There is no 2 million thimble price, though, just so you know. But anyway, friends, thank you guys again so much for hanging out with us this afternoon. I really appreciate it. We will be back here tomorrow for our members only series, and then we will be back again next Sunday for a framed pinwheels project. So I'll be really excited for that. Hi, Melanie. Welcome. You're catching us just at the tail end. What was the first one again, Danny? Kathy, there's two options. So they're both under redemptions, they both say car. You'll do exclamation point redeem space car, and that is your million thimble redemption. But you have two options for that prize. The first one is the million thimble redemption box, which is a big box. It's got a full-size jelly roll and either 2 charm packs or a layer cake in it, and then it also has an extra large notion in it, and that is of your choice. There's a couple of options that you can choose from, and I will provide you with a list of what you can choose from if you choose that. And then, of course, I also throw in a handful of my smaller notions as well. That is the million thimble redemption box, if that's what you're interested in. Otherwise, the second option is, of course, a new car. And that is the 1/25th scale model cars that Mr. Wizard built. Brat 46 says she used the John James needles, but they changed manufacturers when I ran out. I will look at the Japanese version. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. What do you tell the car? It's still exclamation point redeem space car, and you just tell me you want the thimble redemption box. It's the same code for both prices. Excuse me. It's just I send you the box instead of the car. So do exclamation point redeem space car. And it's the thimble box. And then I'll send you an email, or you can send me an email and let me know if you already know what extra large size notion you would like. That's up to you. If not, then I can look into it for you. I've done the thread cutter. I've done the ironing my ironing blocks. Sandra's got one coming in that's a vacuum, a mini vacuum for her sewing machine. Patty did one. She does hand quilting, so she sent me a bunch of ideas for different things that she uses for hand quilting. So I did that. So yeah, if you're gonna redeem it now, I'll hang on a minute and let you redeem it first. Otherwise, we can wait till next time. It's up to you. Did it take it? There it is. Congratulations, Kathy, on redeeming for your 1 million thimbles. Now, I know it says new car as the price pack, but it is not. You've opted not to do the new car. You have opted to do the million thimble redemption box, so we will take care of that. Send me an email later today or tomorrow. Let me know if you have an idea for your extra large notion. Let me know if one of these options that I've just listed out is of interest to you, and if not, then just let me know that as well, and we can start to talk about that. And the thread cutter. Okay, that's easy. So if you could send me an email with that, though, because I'm worried that I might forget between now and then. But I will get that thread cutter on order for you. Everybody seems to love the thread cutter. But I will get that on order for you and get that box curated for you. I need to get Sandra's box curated as well now that her thimble redemption has come in also. So exciting. Congratulations, Kathy, on that. Hearts in chat again for Kathy for redeeming for 1 million thimbles. Congratulations. That's like, what, 4 or 5 now? My goodness. My goodness. So many. I love it. You guys are amazing. Congratulations. Very, very exciting. So, all right, friends. Well, congratulations again to Kathy. Thank you, Susan. I know she's not here anymore, but thank you, Susan, for the super chat earlier today. I really appreciated that. The $2 super chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. The cross stitch series is always a little bit low key. Ooh, I love the hearts, the purple and green hearts. So much fun. It's always little bit low key and kind of just kind of hanging out for the day. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and we will be back again either tomorrow for our members or Sunday again for our friend Pinwheels. Terry says 8 so far. Oh, 8. Oh, geez, wow, I've had 8 them. Wow, I did not realize I've had that many. My goodness, that's a lot. Anyway, thank you guys so much again. You have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again hopefully very, very soon. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out the door, and don't also please share with all of your friends and family. We are on our way to that 1,000 subscriber goal, and there is a million thimble redemption box available for our 1,000 subscriber goal as well. That will be up for grabs as a giveaway when we get there. Anyway, bye friends. Thanks for now. See you again really soon.